goes off without any more hitches. But it's Saturday. Obviously, you guys know why I'm here. You guys know what I do. Wrestling Week in Review podcast slash live stream number 99. So next week, it will be me celebrating 100 of these. I cannot believe that. I mean, yeah, I seriously cannot believe it. I've done this now 100 times. Me doing this 100 times. Obviously, I've done it more than 100 times, but on this particular channel, I feel like I've done it 100 times. But hey, it is what it is. Let's start this live stream off with Monday Night Raw, obviously. Now, don't bother me. I'm just looking at my note. I'm just looking at my notes that I have written down because I can't do this without them. Okay, we start out the week Monday Night Raw, obviously. So me letting some people know on Messenger that I am live currently. Okay, good. I should be ready now. Obviously, Monday Night Raw. Okay. Well, thank you, Mox, for showing up, and thank you, Mox, for leaving. And now, hopefully, this what happened last week will not happen this week, because after last week, I found out that King Al Moxley had gotten himself a mod position on my channel, which is absurd because I thought I had blocked his ass a long time ago but I guess it doesn't matter. But I'm hoping that none of the shenanigans that happened last week happen this week. But it is what it is. Monday Night Raw started out, as always, with Seth Rollins, the World Heavyweight Champion. Heavyweight Champion. Obviously, this segment went just like every other Seth Rollins segment starts out with. It became basically an I hate CM Punk, I hate LA Knight, I hate Jey Uso promo. Basically it became just an I hate Jey Uso promo. Oh, I hate CM Punk promo. Like most of Seth Rollins' promos seem to be nowadays. They seem to be directed solely at CM Punk, but also directed now at LA Knight and Jey Uso because they are now involved in the world title picture, and Seth Rollins will be defending his World Heavyweight Championship at Clash in Paris in a fatal four-way match that includes Jey Uso, LA Knight, and CM Punk. So Seth Rollins will win that match. He's not losing the title just after winning it. So that's not how this is going to go down. But it should be a good match nonetheless. This was obviously interrupted by Jey Uso. Jey Uso was supposed to face Braun Breaker on this episode of Monday Night Raw. This obviously eventually led to Paul Heyman not so much canceling the Jey Uso Braun Breaker match, but changing the stipulation of the match. It was set to be just a one-on-one match. It was set to be just a one-on-one match, but one-on-one normal match. But Paul Heyman, since they were in Philadelphia tonight, so Paul Heyman decided to take this match and crank it up a notch to the extreme, and decided that this match was now going to be an Extreme Rules match, and it was going to be in the main event anyways. But it got changed by Paul Heyman to an Extreme Rules match, which, if you think about it, Philadelphia, Paul Heyman, and Extreme Rules matches, ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling, it just made all of them more sense. As soon as Paul Heyman announced that this match, they was going to change this match to an Extreme Rules match, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely something Paul would do in Philadelphia, considering it's the home of ECW. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Before the show officially started, we got a video package, basically reliving what happened the previous week in the main event, which was a tag team match. LA Knight CM Punk versus Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. Obviously ended in DQ, ended in interference from Seth Rollins, and led to chaos as always. After this opening segment, we got another Bayley vignette. Apparently Bayley is starting to behave like Randy Orton for some reason. She's hearing voices in her head. Randy's theme song is "I Hear Voices in My Head," and now Bayley's starting to hear voices in her head. Okay, that's not very funny, but it is a little bit. But it is what it is. Bayley apparently is hearing voices in her head. Apparently she is this voice that's obviously her. That's apparently her is basically telling her what a loser she is right now, and that a long time ago, that being 5 years ago, she was on top of the WWE Women's Division, longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion, 2-time Bayley Dos belts. Yeah, her and Sasha Banks ran the Women's Division in 2020. They were the two, well, you could say that Charlotte Flair was another pivotal player in the women's division in that year, 2020, meaning that she won the Royal Rumble, won the NXT Women's Championship, but yeah, she was talking about how all the things that happened. Yeah. If there's anybody in here that's just now coming in and they would like to hit that like button, feel free to do so. It's never required. But I would appreciate it. But I do appreciate it regardless. So hey, it is what it is. Oh, Eric Freeman. Oh, well, to whoever just liked the live stream, thank you for that. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious from these vignettes that we've been getting that Bayley is turning heel sooner rather than later. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's looking like it. Because I'm guessing, obviously, it's making Bayley reevaluate what she's been doing over the last year or so, being a babyface, playing a babyface again after playing heel for basically almost 5 years. It's sort of started at elimination. Sort of started at Clash of Champions 2019 when she used Flair-like tactics to retain her women's SmackDown Women's Championship at the time, and then obviously we know what happened. But then obviously we know what happened. Eventually she cut her hair, cut her ponytail off, and got herself a new look and a new attitude, and it worked perfectly. And it worked perfectly for her. And now she's going back to playing a big face, and I feel like this is just slow burning a heel turn, which I think is going to be perfect for her. Because she did great as a heel. But I guess the same thing applies to heels that applies to baby faces. It's like, hey, Cameron, I think the same thing applies to heels as it does to baby faces. I sometimes say that there's only so much that a babyface in WWE can do before that babyface starts to get stale, and it just starts to get to the point where you just don't care enough about him anymore because he's done everything. Because there's only so far that a babyface can go before they just shut up, bro. Shut up, Mox. I'm glad that there's nobody here to save you guys now from being hidden. So, because I found out what was the problem. Hey, Cameron, I found out what was the problem last week. I don't know if you were here last week, but I found out what was the problem. Why I kept seeing these comments, these guys keep coming back, even though I was timing them out and stuff. It was because someone had apparently given King Moxley, a mod position on my channel, which is absurd, to be honest. But I removed his mod, and hopefully that was the reason as to why these comments kept coming. Guys kept coming back and commenting still, even though I had timed them out and hid them. So hopefully that problem has resolved itself. It is what it is. After this, we got CM Punk. We got an LA Knight interview backstage. LA Knight was being interviewed backstage, and obviously, as you can tell, this was interrupted by CM Punk. CM Punk wanted to address certain things and make something perfectly clear. He has no problem with CM Punk. He has no problem with LA Knight. He has no problem with LA Knight. He doesn't want a problem with LA Knight. And LA Knight basically felt the same way. He doesn't hate CM Punk. It's just that he's in his way to getting the World Heavyweight Championship, taking the World Heavyweight Championship from Seth Rollins, which that's understandable. 3 likes. Let's go. Can we get this to 5? Please. Please, everybody. Can we get it to 5 likes? I would love it very much. The likes aren't required, but they are appreciated. Thank you very much. After this, we got Xavier Woods, the first match of the night. Xavier Woods versus Penta El Zero Miedo. This match lasted about 10 minutes. Nothing special, but Penta was able to get the win. So congratulations to him. It is what it is. Congratulations. We got a Becky Lynch interview. She was interviewed backstage before she was getting ready for her match later on in the show versus Natalya. There were some calls from fans to see Natalya debut her quote unquote Natty Neidhart persona that she's been using outside of WWE. In the few appearances she's made outside of WWE, she's been using a sort of a edgier gimmick that's basically just her being just more of a badass and just being more of a legit competitor in the ring. And I think it's great. I think it's great. A great gimmick. I like it. And I would love for WWE to eventually showcase this on TV, but who knows if they're actually going to, because it's not a WWE thing. It's not a WWE thing. They didn't think of it. Think of it. They didn't come up with it, so I guess they're probably not going to use it. If it's not a WWE created thing, they don't want to use it, and they probably won't use this. Even though it would definitely bring some credibility back to Natalya. But it just seems like she's only going to be able to use this gimmick when she's not in the WWE and when she's making outside appearances. We then get a backstage segment with Io Sky and Asuka and Kairi Sane. Asuka was decided to apologize for getting involved in the match last week, even though Io Sky had told them to quote unquote stay behind and that she's got Roxanne Perez. That led to the interference failed, backfired, and it led to Roxanne Perez getting the win. This week, though, Io Sky had a match against Raquel Rodriguez. This match went about 11 minutes. Very good. If someone is in the live chat, can they get rid of Andrew Munson for me, please? Mods, if you are here in the live chat, get rid of Andrew Munson, please. He is not welcome here, and I have no idea what he's talking about, but he is not welcome here. Well, actually, no, we know Andrew Munson is Moxley, so just get rid of him, guys. If there's anybody that's here in the live chat that's a mod, can you please get rid of Andrew Munson, okay? Time him out. Hide him, whatever you have to do, because I apparently can't do it because his messages are not showing up on the screen. No, I'm not crying. Do you see me crying? Boo-hoo. Yeah, whatever. Obviously, Io Sky was able to win this match. Then afterwards, as usual, Roxanne Perez came into the ring. They both started attacking her, and Raquel then started attacking on Io Sky. This led to Rhea Ripley coming out to make the save. On Io, and that's how that ended. Good for Io. Another really good match for Raquel Rodriguez. Apparently, the comments that Kevin Nash apparently made about her definitely hit a nerve with Raquel, and now she's bound and determined to put out the best matches she can put out, and it's been really good what she's been doing since those comments made by Kevin Nash. Mox, you are just desperately clinging to me like an ex-girlfriend that I dumped and I don't ever want to see again, but I keep seeing you because you keep coming into my live stream and keep typing in comments that are absurd, and you expect me to give you some sort of response. Well, you know what my response is every time you come into my live stream. And I've already had to time out and hide 3 of your fake accounts. So now you're resorting to your 4th fake account, and it's really pathetic. It's really pathetic. And no, I don't know what you're talking about. So go fuck yourself. After this, we got a backstage segment with Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce, he is with Rusev and Sheamus. He is not happy that Sheamus and Rusev just constantly seem to want to tear each other apart on SmackDown. And so he has decided that this feud will end. This feud will end, and it will end in Clash in Paris, at Clash in Paris, in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. This should be a good match. Don't know what the end result of this feud will be. I don't know. What happens with Rusev after this feud? I don't know. What happens with Sheamus after this feud? I don't know. The matches have been good. It's just that the story is, there is no story. There's really no story. I don't care if he does or doesn't, Mox. He doesn't bother me. He doesn't bother me one bit. See, we get another backstage segment with Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane, but this time with Rhea Ripley. Asuka and Rhea Ripley are arguing backstage, obviously with Io Sky in the middle. Literally, she's in between both Asuka and Rhea Ripley. Eventually, it gets to the point where Io just screams, just stop fighting, and then just walks off, in a fit of rage. Asuka then just sends a warning to Rhea, like, stay out of our business. And Kairi just looks like she doesn't know what to do, doesn't know what to say. Just shocked look on her face, and then she just walks away. After this, we got another backstage segment with Dominic. We got a backstage segment with Dominic Mysterio. Mysterio, he is talking with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day, obviously, they are talking about El Grande Americano. Now, obviously, Dominic Mysterio recently was at Triple Mania. He'd be at Triple Mania in the main event in a Fatal 4-Way match for the AAA Mega Championship. This was a match that Dominic Mysterio clearly lost due to interference from none other than the phenomenal AJ Styles. So I think it's pretty obvious we're getting another match between AJ and Dominic Mysterio for the IC title. Whenever that happens, I don't know. It's more than likely not happening at Clash in Paris, which I would have liked. But they might be saving it for the September 20th PLE WrestlePalooza. But it is what it is. It is what it is. 5 likes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go, people. Let's go, people. Thank you to the guys. Hey, Jeffrey, can you, here, I'm going to add you as a moderator. Can you time out and hide the guy who's Andrew Munson in the chat? Because shut up, Mox. You don't get to boss people around. You don't get to boss people around. Okay? This guy's really annoying me, and I would love it if he was timed out. If he was timed out and hid, please. That is, if you can. No, you can't. No, you can't. You cannot. You're not the boss of my live stream. This is my live stream, so I make the rules, not you. You're just a 17-year-old or 18-year-old, sure, I don't know how old you are, but you're a kid who's basically obsessed with me, and it's getting pathetic. And it's getting pathetic. Yeah. After this segment, though, we got Naomi. She is in the ring to address the status of the Women's World Championship. Can you time out Ryan Schaefer? No, I'm saying, can you time out Andrew Munson? Can you time out Andrew Munson and hide him, please? I already timed out Brian Schaefer, My Secret Account, and Badass Vince. I already did those. So can you just because I'm kind of getting tired of seeing this guy on in my live chat. Just so you know. Well, Naomi is out there to announce something big. She is now officially with child. She apparently had this to say on Stephanie McMahon's podcast. Now, obviously, she was on Stephanie McMahon's podcast last week, and apparently they decided to make a small, short, second podcast. What? He's literally right there in the live chat. He's right there in the live chat. I can see him. I don't know why you can't. You just said Maroney is a joke. Maroney is a joke. And now he's saying I'm a disgrace. Okay, I don't know why you can't see him, but I certainly can. I wish I could. I'm currently using my iPad to watch my live stream on my second account, Michael W. Harper, and I can see him as plain as day. I can't see. You might have blocked him, which might mean that you can't see his comments, which then frustrates me even more because I want this guy timed out. I want this guy blocked, but I can't do it because his comments won't show up on my live stream. On this. It's frustrating the hell out of me. Well, Naomi's pregnant, and even after this, she decided, you know what? I'm just gonna cut a heel. I may be pregnant and my hormones may be raging, but I'm still gonna cut a heel promo. And she's decided to stay in heel character the entire time, despite this joyous announcement. So, which I thought was great. She has been killing it since she started this new heels persona. It's been perfect. It's been perfect. No, he won't, Mox. No, he won't, Mox, because I never said anything about it. You think I don't know what you did? Leaving a comment on that live stream from last night with the fake account you made of me, and you just, yeah. You're obsessed with me. You're obsessed with me. I don't know why, but you're obsessed with me, and it's getting ridiculous. Getting ridiculous because you should be just leaving me alone and leaving me to live my life. But no, you can't. You can't allow me to live my life because for whatever reason that you hate me for, and I still don't know why, but no, I wasn't there. Well, actually, I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean? By lying about you were insane last night. What does that even mean? Okay. After the Naomi segments, we got Trick Williams, who is a NXT superstar and the current TNA World Champion. Yeah, probably the same guy that's Andrew Munson in the live chat. In the live chat here. Probably the same guy. Because I don't know why, but this guy is obsessed. Yeah, this guy is obsessed with me. Obsessed with me for whatever reason. And I just don't know why. I don't know why. I wish I did. But I don't know why. Oh, excuse me. But after this Naomi segment, Trick Williams was being interviewed by by NXT commentator Vic Joseph. They basically talked about the upcoming NXT show in Philadelphia, which was the next day, and he talked about his match with Javon Evans, which was to be the main event. Which was to be the main event. And then this led to Javon Evans then came into focus, and then they started going back and forth for about a minute or so before that sort of segment ended, where that little interview segment ended. Then we get a tag team match, World Tag Team titles on the line. Dragon Lee and AAA superstar Mr. Iguana versus the Judgment Day for the tag team titles, Finn Balor and JD McDonough. This match lasted around 11 minutes. And it was a very good match. And it was a very good match. Lasted. Match lasted 11 minutes. Very good. And the Judgment Day won. So it's obvious. I didn't think the Judgment Day were going to lose the tag team titles, so that's how it ended up happening. Judgment Day wins. Good for them. We also got Becky Lynch versus Natalya for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This match came about because of last week when Becky Lynch was facing Maxine Dupree in a title match. That was an okay, decent match. Post-match obviously saw Becky Lynch attack Natalya, so that's how this match got made official. But yeah, it is what it is. This match went about 11 minutes. It was a decent match, very good match. And it ended with Becky Lynch winning, which I obviously knew was going to happen. But it was a good match for what it was. After the match, Obviously, we saw Becky Lynch continue to attack Natalya post-match. This then led to Nikki Bella coming out to make the save. And that's how that ended. After this, we got a big Nikki Bella interview with Byron Saxton, and she confirmed that she will be live next week on Raw in Birmingham, England, which is they're going on a mini UK tour, or just a mini European tour, heading into Clash in Paris. Starting with this week's SmackDown, which was in Dublin, Ireland, and it'll be in Birmingham, England next week on Friday Night SmackDown. Then we get the main event, Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso in a Extreme Rules match. This match lasted about 20 minutes, 30 seconds. Very good Extreme Rules match. As always, this match involved shenanigans and it involved interferences from Braun Breaker, from Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, LA Knight, and even Roman Reigns, who made his return since being laid out by Seth Rollins' faction. No more than like a week or so. No more than like 2 weeks ago. Some people thought that was their way of writing Roman Reigns off so he can film Street Fighter. Well, that's obviously not the case. Apparently not the case. Go ahead. It is what it is. This match ended with Jey Uso getting the win over Braun Breaker despite all the interference from Seth Rollins' faction. No, I will not, Mox. Don't you just love screenshots? But hey, it is what it is. Monday Night Raw, it started off usual, which, to be honest, didn't really start out great because it started out the way it always does, with Seth Rollins' faction opening the show with the same I Hate CM Punk promo. I'll still give it 7.5 out of 10 because it was still a very good show, regardless of how the opening and main events ended and started and ended, which is exactly how it's been starting and ending for the last few weeks, ever since Seth Rollins. Even before SummerSlam, it was still starting and ending with Seth Rollins and his new faction. But it is what it is. Now on to Tuesday and NXT. No, you will not. Because you cannot. Matt has made it perfectly clear that you cannot trash the global title. And so, And I have purposely been not showing up to the live streams on purpose. So that way I can't be cashed in on. I can't be cashed in on if I don't ever show up. Now, I know there have been at least 2 instances now where someone claiming to be me, someone with my profile picture and my same name and my same profile picture, but isn't me, has shown up in the live chat and said, like, I'm here, but it's not me, it's you. So yeah, good luck trying to fool Matt into believing that you're me, because it's not going to work. Tuesday, NXT live in Philadelphia. I can't remember where they were. Don't know where they were because I had just finished with taking a shower when the show began. So when I got in there, the show had already started, and we started out with a Philadelphia street fight between Yoshiki Inamura and Josh Briggs. This No, Johnny Boots will not allow it. Who knows if Johnny Boots will even be there? So again, even if I do lose the title, you can't trash it. Matt won't allow it. Nobody will allow it. We got Yoshiki Nomura, Josh Briggs in a Philadelphia street fight. This is a very, very good match. Man, this lasted about 15 minutes, and it was a very good street fight. Both guys did very well, and Josh Briggs was actually able to win the match, which I didn't know who was going to win this match, but I figured Yoshiki might win this match. But it is what it is. It happened. Josh Briggs gets the win. Good for him. We then go to earlier in the week. We then go to Monday. We then go to a conversation that was had, I guess, between Masha Slamovich, former TNA Knockouts champion, Santino Marella, director of authority in TNA, and NXT general manager Ava. I think it was on Monday. She had an idea for the Philadelphia NXT show this week, and she wanted to be the special guest referee for the six-woman tag match between Fatal Influence and the Elegance brand. I will not lose. I will not lose. I will make donations and I will do whatever I can to win. So, ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you can't win and you won't win because I won't let you win. So basically, Ava decided, it's okay with me. Santino made Masha promise that she wouldn't do any funny business. No shenanigans. as he said it, and that's exactly how he said it. And she promised not to do any biased officiating. So, and that's exactly what happened. She called it down the line. I thought it was good. Yes, I will donate. Donate. You can't tell me that I can't donate. Well, Rory is stupid to think that. Because I am more than certain that RJ Charlton has been on Matt's live stream, has been a part of Matt's live stream, been a part of Matt's channel a lot longer than I have. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't do that. Roy is not no more dangerous than I am. Oh, look at me. This is me in my Australian accent. After this, though, we get the Elegance brand backstage. Heather, Ash, and I guess Miss M, my Elegance. They are with their concierge, talking with Ava about the decision to make Masha Slamovich the special guest referee for the six-woman tag team match. They're not happy, but the decision has been made final. We then get Jordynne Grace face-to-face with Blake Monroe, leading up to their match at NXT Heatwave, which, if I'm not mistaken, is tomorrow. Tomorrow, by the way, and I will watch that. I will watch that show. It should be good. Moxley is mad because I'm doing an impression of him. Eat kangaroo poop, Mox. Eat koala bear poop, Mox. Then we get, obviously this ended with Jordynne Grace taking out the security that Blake Monroe placed in the ring to, I guess, sort of keep Jordan from getting her hands on Blake, but that didn't work out so well. Yeah, but yeah, that's how it ended. We then get the six-woman tag match: Fatal Influence versus Elegance Brand, Ash by Elegance, Heather by Elegance, and then Miss M. This was actually Ash by Elegance's first official WWE match in at least 2 years or so. Because obviously Ash by Elegance originally was known as Dana Brooke in WWE, and she was a WWE superstar for a while. Her last official run in WWE was on a NXT brand, and she was, can't remember who she was like mentoring or whatnot, but she left WWE, but then she got released from WWE, and since then she's been in TNA, and she's done very well for herself in TNA. Or I will not keep my big mouth shut. I will not keep my big mouth shut. Shut and you can't make me. Obviously, this match was slightly chaotic, being it was a six-woman tag match. Masha Slamovich did a very good job being a referee. She called it down the line, no bias at all. Probably she doesn't like either of the teams, so it was pretty easy. Obviously, Fatal Influence won this match, and so now heading into Heatwave, JC Jane has the momentum going into her match against Masha Slamovich and Ash by Elegance for the TNA Knockouts title. Oh, he does only care about himself, but that's not me. I don't care about myself. I mean, myself. In fact, I've given Z a couple. Oh, Moxley, you can't tell me what I can't and can't do. I'm loving this. I'm loving this live stream now, because I'm making fun of Moxley by doing an impression of him, and I'd say it's almost spot on. Oh, after this match, we got Alexis King and Miles Bourne backstage segments. Alexis King, obviously, he lost recently in a match against Miles Bourne. He decided to apologize for all the insensitive things that he has been saying at the expense of Miles Bourne. But then eventually decided, you know what, fuck it, fuck this apology, and decided to mace Miles Bourne in the eyes, and now he's blinded. Great. Nope. I am not a snowflake. I'm not a stupid, angry snowflake. I like Hulk Hogan in Brock Lesnar and fucking Grant. Grant, she's a cunt sucking whore. Oh my god, I'm having so much fun now. Now I'm having fun. The best revenge on an enemy. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. After this, we got the quote-unquote peace treaty segment between Chelsea Green, Ethan Page, and Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele. This went almost exactly how I expected it to go down, with Chelsea and Ethan Page basically doing the typical, like, let's run down USA and make them feel like they're not the superior country to Canada, which is weird. Which was, obviously it was generic, but I liked it because Ethan Page is good at being a heel, and so is Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green's just good at being annoying, and that's exactly what Tyra May Steele eventually basically said. You're just annoying, and and I can't wait to shut up that voice box you call a mouth. Oh, no swearing, no swearing. Oh, but you swear all the time, Mox. You swear all the time, Moxley, and you swear all the time, Mox. Mox is your thing. It's your thing. You like to swear. Yeah, and then this went as I expected. It eventually led to all four of them sort of brawling. Ava comes out, General Manager Ava comes out and is like, "This does not look like peace to me. So let me make this official. Chelsea Green and Ethan Page versus Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele in a mixed tag team match at NXT Heatwave." Oh, I'll do whatever I fucking want to. Fuck. I can say and do whatever I want to because I'm a person. Because I'm a human being and I can do whatever I want to. And after this, we got backstage with Dark State. They were granted a NXT title shot at NXT Heat Wave. Eventually, though, we got Dark State mentioning Joe Hendry's name, and then all of a sudden, say his name and he appears, and he appeared. Dark State basically, Joe Hendry wanted to just tell Dark State that he is looking forward to being at ringside for their NXT tag title match against Hank and Tank. So that's how that ended. We also got Jasper Troy versus Ricky Saints. Lasted about went about 9 minutes. Very decent match. Ricky Saints was able to get his win back from a couple weeks ago when he would lose the match to Jasper Troy via countout. So, hey, good win for Ricky Saints. After this, we got the match card for NXT Heatwave. So the matches as of then were this. We got a triple threat match for the number one contendership for the NXT Women's title. Lola Vice versus Kalani Jordan versus Jada Parker. We got the mixed tag team match, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page versus Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele. Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe, which I actually I'm just going to predict it right now. Blake Monroe wins and Jordan Grace gets sent up to the main roster. That's just how I see it. How I'm seeing it. We got the NXT tag team titles. Hank and Tank versus Dark State. Whichever two members of Dark State are in the match, we don't know yet. We'll probably know. Maybe I should tell Roy that you're happy. Because I thought you and Roy were best friends. Well, I guess that proves that nobody's friends on Matt's channel. It's all about yourselves. Let's see, I can't remember the other match that they had planned. Just give me a second. Just give me a second, guys. I'm looking to see what the matches are for. Yeah, see. Chelsea Green, Ethan Page versus Avon Heights, Tyron May Steele. Triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship match for number one contendership. The tag team titles on the line. Oh yeah, triple threat match for the Knockouts World Title. JC Jane versus Ash by Elegance versus Masha Slamovich. And then Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace. And then the main event here was Trick Williams versus Javon Evans. This was for the number one contendership for Obafemi's title at NXT Heatwave. This match went about 15 minutes. Very good match. And Javon Evans won the match. Good for him. He's going to Heatwave. He will be facing Obafemi. I do not know if he wins the match. I don't know if he'll win the match. Just for that, Moxley, I will. It is what it is. John Evans wins. Good for him. If I were to rate tonight's NXT, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. It was really good show. We didn't get AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite was watchable this week, but still not very good. A very good show. Obviously, the opener saw Will Ospreay. He returned last week to announce that he would be participating in a lights out steel cage match against the Young Bucks and the Death Rider with I think it's Darby Allin and a few other guys. I can't remember who else they were, but they would be facing off against the Young Bucks and the Death Riders in a lights out steel cage match. Now on this week of AEW Dynamite, opening the show, obviously during his promo, he made it abundantly clear that he has actually not been cleared to wrestle. He hasn't been cleared to wrestle, which means he shouldn't be wrestling in this match. But he has decided that this match is just too important and that he just can't allow the Death Riders to continue on this show thinking that they run this show, and that even if this match kills him, he's going to participate in this match and he's going to get his pound of flesh from Jon Moxley. I wouldn't even be able to afford to go anyways. So what's your point? Great. Obviously, then this sort of bled into the next segment / match, which was Jon Moxley versus Kevin Knight. Obviously, Jon Moxley won this match. Don't know how long it went because AEW is no longer posting long videos to their YouTube channel. They're only posting highlights now of their matches and segments. So it's not like they're showing the full match or the full segment. It is what it is. This then led to, obviously, the Death Riders and even some guys from New Japan, apparently. Apparently they were friends of Gabe Kidd, who has been associating with the Death Riders as of late. This basically just led to a brawl between all or the majority of the participants in the lights out steel cage match. And Darby Allin was in a body bag, and then so hey, it is what it is. We got MJF backstage with Ricochet. He was hoping that he could make a deal with Ricochet and the Gates of Agony to help him with his Mark Briscoe problem. And Ricochet basically stated that while on any other given night, he would love to see MJF run around scared shitless like a chicken with his head cut off. That this time he'll make an exception because he doesn't like Mark Briscoe either. So they decided to mutually have a partnership, an association of necessity. Alliance of necessity, I'm guessing. No, I wanted to go, but I couldn't. So then again, how would you know if I was there anyways? It's not like you have spies that And it's not like you have spies that just everywhere. After this, we got an Adam Copeland Christian Cage segment. Christian Cage started it out by cutting his usual heel opening that he does to his heel promos, like, I'm here, AW, so shut your mouth while I conduct my business. And Adam Copeland's like, dude, are you still gonna be that guy? Are you still gonna be that prick? Like, why can't you just be the old Christian Cage, okay? These guys love us. And obviously, Christian Cage, obviously, Tony Schiavone was in the ring, and he basically asked Christian Cage, we know Adam Copeland, when Adam Copeland returned at All In, he told you to find yourself. And what do you have to say to that? So Christian Cage basically said that yes, he eventually was able to find himself since then. And what he found was the exact same Christian Cage that we've seen for the past 4 years. And that he does not need to change. He is going to remain the same person that he's always been. He will never change. Well, I'm guessing I guess this just only confirms what I think, is that Christian Cage is not turning face anytime soon. He's not turning face. He's still going to be the exact same Christian Cage. It's just that he is in a situation where he needs Adam Copeland, and Adam Copeland needs him, so they're basically partners of necessity. Basically, like Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair in WWE, except these two I don't think are ever going to be friends again. But at least they're a tag team for now. This obviously then led to Nick Wayne of the Patriarchy. He appeared on the Titantron. He had some unfortunate news regarding his match at Forbidden Door, which was supposed to be him and Kip Sabian versus Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. Nick Wayne apparently broke his foot or had some sort of injury to his foot, one of his feet, and he won't be able to participate in the match. But he had I'd say Christian Cage was one of the best heels in WWE from, I guess, I can't remember when it started. I think it was like 2023 was when it started, the heel run from Christian Cage. It was great. I can't remember if it was 2022 was when it started. Oh, I think it was 2022. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Mox. You might want to tone the Roy hate down. If Roy finds out, he might not be happy. But yeah, this was what it was. This led to Nick Wayne announcing that he has a replacement in this match. This then led to the return of none other than Killswitch, aka Luchasaurus, which he's been out for a long time now. I can still time you out. And hide you, Mox. I mean, you can't hide from me. You can't hide from me. And now you can't bring yourself back by unhiding your fake accounts because I took away your mod. Yes, payback. When I saw you at a mod position on my channel, I was like, wait, that must be the reason why he's able to unhide people, unhide his fake accounts, because he has a mod position. So I took that away, and now it looks like you haven't been able to bring your fake accounts back. So now you're resorting to the one fake account that you know I can't time out or hide because for some reason your comments on the Andrew Munson account won't show up on my live stream on my screen. But it is great to see Luchasaurus back. He had a very dangerous health scare no more than like a year, 2 years ago or whatever, and yeah, I'm just glad he's back at all. But yes, it'll be Luchasaurus tag teaming with Kip Sabian against Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. So great. Oh, Mox. We then get a Tony Storm, Alex Windsor backstage segments. They are getting ready for their tag team match in the main event against Athena and Mercedes Moné. This is basically what you would expect from a Tony Storm segment. Aww. Well, that's nice. That's nice. But now I think I'm gonna. Eventually, you're gonna run out of fake accounts, Mox. Then we get FTR versus Brodito. This is Brody King and Bandito in the finals of a tag team title tournament that is set to crown no new number one contenders for the Hurt Syndicate going into Forbidden Door this weekend. I won't be watching that. I can't unless I can't because I don't have HBO Max and I don't have Trua TV, and I'm not gonna pay $50 for a AEW pay per view when right now I'm paying $7.99 for Peacock, which I might add is going to go up in price again for the second time. Originally it was $6.99, and I was like, I think it was $5 or $6.99, and I liked that. Then jumped up to $7.99, which is okay. Now it's supposed to jump up to $10.99 a month for Peacock. But then again, WWE is apparently moving away from Peacock anyways. So when that happens, I might just get rid of Peacock altogether. Who knows? But hey, it is what it is. This match went the full 20 minutes. This match went the full 20 minutes. And so that means that it ended in a tie, in a draw, which means neither team won the match. So Tony Khan made the executive decision to put both of them in the match. And hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So it'll be FTR versus Brand Brodito versus Hurt Syndicate for the tag team titles at Forbidden Door. We got the main event, Tony Storm and Alex Windsor versus Mercedes Moné and Athena. Obviously, the heels won this match going into the Forbidden Door event. So it is what it is. It is what it is. It is. The ending segments was Hangman and Page calling out MJF. MJF wants MJF wants Hangman and Page to basically make it official that the contract can't be. Obviously, last week Hangman was able to manipulate MJF into initiating his contract for his guaranteed title opportunity at Forbidden Door. which I'm sure he didn't want to do, but he did anyways. But as always, MJF was able to reverse it, and manipulate Rory and manipulate MJF or Hangman into reversing his decision, or else he would burn Mark Briscoe alive. This worked, and so now the match will still be, I think, a one-on-one match for the title. I don't know if it's still a one-on-one match for the title. But Hazy, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. And so that's how that ended. And AEW Dynamite this week was at least watchable. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Some of the segments and matches were the Bro Dito versus Septron match was the best thing on the show, minus the Adam Copeland and Christian Cage segment. And so that it is what it is. Now on to SmackDown. Obviously, SmackDown started out. They were in Dublin, Ireland, and apparently they had. Now, obviously, I was able to watch this. I'm not able to watch SmackDown because I don't have USA Network, but I was able to watch it via a live stream from somebody else who was live streaming it, a wrestling YouTuber who was deciding to live stream it when it aired live at 3 p.m. So I was able to watch that. The opening had Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch showed up to a huge ovation from the hometown crowd. Then Becky decided, you know what, I'm just going to turn on the fans in Dublin. And that's exactly what happened. So yeah, that is what it is. Eventually, Tiffany Stratton made her way out to ringside and made her way out to the ring. Then Nia Jax came out, and as anyone can see, this led to a brawl between Tiffany and Nia and Becky, and then Jade comes out, makes the save for Tiffany Stratton. This then leads to Nick Aldis making a match official for the main event. Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax and Becky Lynch, which is probably the first time in a while that we've actually had women main eventing a SmackDown. Because it's mostly been main evented by either the MFTs, so the Sikoa faction, or just the men in general. But after this, we go backstage. We have Carmelo Hayes talking with Fraxium. Fraxium is oh, I almost forgot. I'm sorry, Max. I forgot that I can do this. Whoops! I probably should have forgot. I forgot that I can do this. Wish I had remembered that. I wish I had remembered that years. I wish I had reminded myself of that before. Yes, finally now I have a stream. Now I am able to conduct this live stream without any interruptions. And no, I will not take this off my neck. Fraxium were trying to give Carmelo some advice after last week's tag team match when Melo was going for his finisher. I can't remember. I think it was either DIY. No, it was who were they? I think they faced. They were facing Fraxium, I think, and Melo was going for his finisher, nothing but nets. But Miz tagged himself in, and decided to quote unquote steal the win from his tag team partner. They got the win anyways, but it's like, dude, can you let Carmelo Hayes get the win? They faced Motor City Machine Guns this week, and that's the match we got after this. We got Miz versus Motor City Machine Guns, lasted about 10 minutes. Again, near the end of the match, Melo was going for nothing but net. Miz decided, you know what? I have to win this match. I have to win. I have to be the one that gets the win for our team because Carmelo Hayes needs to learn to listen to me. Well, after this was done, Melo decided to get up in Miz's face and like, what are you doing? I was just about to get the win for our team. Miz is like, dude, just let me do this. Just let me do this, please. Please, you have to let me get this win for the team. This almost caused them to lose, but they won the match anyways, and congrats to Melo Miz for getting a win. But it's like, they're clearly heading for a heel turn, for a face turn from Melo. But what was interesting about this is that the crowd was actually cheering for the Miz in this match. Surprising, considering both of them are supposed to be heels, yet Miz was getting cheered in this match. Now, I'm guessing this is going to change once they get back into the States. They'll probably start booing Miz again. But it is what it is. We got a backstage segment with Michin and Julia. Julia is backstage with Kiana James, her new manager, talking about opportunities or whatnot. I don't really know what they were talking about. Don't really care. Michin comes in and starts talking to the champ about getting a potential title opportunity. Kiana James then just starts snapping her fingers like, hello, I'm over here. I told you that any and all possible business opportunities or quote-unquote title matches go through me first. Michin's like, well, okay, well, here's the thing. I'm kind of getting tired of you not answering my phone calls or my texts or my messages. So I decided, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to go straight to the champ herself and ask for a title shot. Since you can't seem to come to your phone and answer a simple phone call or a simple text. Kiana James then reiterated what she said earlier. If you want to get to the champion, you have to go through me first. So was that WWE's way of subtly letting us know that Kiana James will actually be wrestling still and will not just be a manager full-time? Because it's obviously, and then Michin basically confirmed it by saying, am I supposed to be mad that did I now get 2 matches instead of 1? Like, I'll go through you first and then I'll get to the champ. So they might be laying the groundwork for a match between Michin and Kiana James with the quote-unquote number 1 contendership on the line. And if Michin wins, she gets a match against Julia. If that gets made official, then I'm sure Michin's going to probably win that match. We get Jimmy Uso is backstage being interviewed. Obviously, he was asked about the momentous announcement that was made on Monday Night Raw about his wife Naomi's pregnancy. Obviously, he's very happy about it. So Sami Zayn then comes in and just starts hugging Jimmy, and is like, dude, I'm so happy for you. Then Solo Sikoa comes in and starts just acting all sarcastic. And yeah, typical stuff. We got the Street Profits. You got the Street Profit. Max, I'm surprised you're even here. I'm surprised you even decided to come on your main account. Well, now you're hidden permanently. So, goodbye. Good riddance. See you later. Never. Not. Got the Street Profits versus the MFTs. My Family Tree Solokoa's faction. JC Mateo versus, I think, Tama Tonga. At one point, the fans were chanting, "You can't wrestle" to JC Mateo. And Wade Barrett decided to clap back at those fans who were shouting it in the stands and was like, "Dude, this guy wrestled in the Olympics, you dummies, you dummies." And that's exactly what he used. I guess he decided to not say anything too off color, so he decided to just go with the cleanest word he could think of, and that's dummies. The cleanest insult. We get after this, and the MFTs were able to win this match. Good for them. We didn't get a day. We didn't got an Aleister Black segment. That was interrupted by R-Truth, who apparently had made a trip to Dublin. The trip to Dublin, but it was a different Dublin. Not Dublin, Ireland, but apparently Dublin, Georgia. Yep, we are definitely getting we're definitely getting a split personality gimmick for this guy. But this then led to R-Truth telling us that someone is back and wants to get himself some of Aleister Black. This then led to Damian Priest making his return to WWE to television for the first time since basically getting himself quote unquote injured by Aleister Black. His jaw. I think it was the jaw. Whatever it was, he's now back. And so this ignited a brawl. We also got Drew McIntyre in a promo segment. Obviously, he talked about Cody Rhodes, WWE Championship. It is what it is. Then, apparently, Randy Orton decided to just come on the show and out of nowhere decided to hit an RKO on Drew McIntyre. Great. I don't know what that was supposed to be about. We also got Charlotte Flair versus Piper Niven. This was a surprising match because in this match, we got Piper Niven pinning a 15-time, 14-time world champion in Charlotte Flair. Did not expect this to happen, but it happened because of the obvious interference from Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. And eventually the numbers game got to be too much for Charlotte Flair, and Piper Niven lost. Piper Niven won. Good for her. That's the biggest win of her career. And I don't know what to say about that. We also got John Cena and Logan Paul in a back and forth promo exchange. This was one of John Cena's best promos of the entire year. One of Cena's best promos. The pipe bomb, his version of the pipe bomb might be one of the better promos he's done. Might be the best he's done this year. But John Cena basically roasted Logan Paul over an open fire, much like he did to Austin Theory in the build up to their match at WrestleMania 39. That's exactly what I was getting from this promo exchange between the two of them. This is John Cena basically telling Logan Paul, you may have everything it takes to be a future superstar and a future megastar in this game, but let me remind you of who I am, and let me remind you of what you are. He even at one point decided to label Logan Paul as a parasite, that he sucks everything out of this business, business, and that he uses WWE as a branding opportunity so that he can go buy another Pokemon card. And decides, and when he said, and as he was saying that, he decided to tip over the Prime Hydration Station, which is now at ringside every single show and every single PLE, and I'm sure live events too. But damn, this was a roasting if I ever saw it. Obviously, after this, we got Drew McIntyre. We got Logan Paul backstage. He ran into Drew McIntyre, who basically told him, look, you just got your ass handed to you by John Cena. Oh, and John Cena also was able to hit an AA on Logan Paul to close out the segment. Yeah, Drew McIntyre basically told Logan Paul, you just got your ass handed to you by John Cena. Now, the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to let John Cena get away with it? Or are you going to get your revenge on John Cena by any means necessary? And Drew McIntyre had said it a second time just to reiterate. And that's exactly what happened. Main event saw Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton versus Becky Lynch and Nia Jax. This was an okay main event. Went about 9 minutes. Nothing special. But it was a good match. It is what it is. The faces were able to win, Tiffany and Jade. So, great. Now, the ending, after this, we got to the end of the show. I guess John Cena was either in his dressing room or he came out of a room, which whatever it was, I guess he was leaving the arena. Nick Aldis comes out, sort of runs into him, sort of says, John, I need to talk to you for a second because I was on the phone with Brock Lesnar. But before Nick Aldis was able to say anything else, out comes Logan Paul, hits a punch to the face of John Cena, which knocks him out. And apparently this was a reshot. And apparently this had to be reshot because apparently in the live broadcast from at 3, he apparently didn't even hit John Cena. It just barely grazed him. So they had to reshot that segment. And so next segment for the USA Network broadcast, that would air at its normal usual time of 8 o'clock. So, but it is what it is. Obviously, Logan Paul decided to execute Drew McIntyre's words, and he got his revenge on John Cena for basically roasting him in that promo segment and then hitting the AA on him. And that's how the show ended. With John Cena lying on the ground, knocked out. It's what it is. Good SmackDown. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. If not just for that promo change from between John Cena and Logan Paul, the shock over the Piper Niven's win over Charlotte Flair, and then the Meldon Miz sort of back and forth. And Becky Lynch did pretty good tonight too, so that is what it is. But that is it, guys. I hope you guys How are you saying that? I don't know why you would say that, Garrett. Hold me hostage. Don't you mean you won't hold it hostage, like the title hostage, if I do win? Because if I win the title, if I do retain the title at Clash in Paris, then what I'm just going to do continuously is I'm just going to continue to not show up on the live streams, on the weekly live streams, because there's no need for me to be there. I'm the global champ. I can take a part-timer status. I don't have to show up every day now. But that is it. This live stream is now over. It is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I know I did. Yes. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out, guys.